Your laundry soap is destroying the...
So welcome everyone, and Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever it is that you celebrate during these holiday times. I welcome you to our Tao Calligraphy Healing Field evening, the last Tao Calligraphy Healing Field evening of 2021, and it's my great honor to be with you this evening. My name is Sarah Baker, and I am one of the master teachers here at the Master Sha Tao Center in Vancouver. And I'd be so interested to hear what everybody thought about our opening music, because the kind of the theme tonight is going to be about Tao Calligraphy Healing Field and Tao sound, Tao song, and how together these can create a powerful, powerful field for healing and transformation. So take a minute and say hi in the chat, sign in if you've not signed in, and say hi, and I'd love to hear what you thought of that music. It was beautiful Tao music created by Tao musician Steve Reese, and of course Cher O'Rourke, who is one of our Tao singers and Tao teachers, one of the 4 Tao song teachers, and beautiful creation, and bringing the waves of light called Soul Love, Soul Light, bringing the waves of frequency and vibration, the Tao waves of frequency and vibration, to help us to heal and transform. And of course, music has always been one of the ways that we've uplifted ourselves. From the beginning of time, people have gathered around the fires, and they've gathered together with their instruments, and they have sung together in order to bring a sense of community, to heal. Song is a huge part of the healing tradition all around the world for thousands of years. And Master Sha has provided for us also an incredible tool for healing and transformation through Tao song. So let me know, right in the chat here, I'm going to have a look and see what people say. Love from Memphis. Hi, Melissa. Nice to see you. And Nori. And keep posting if you can, and let us know what you thought of that music. For me, I have always been inspired by the frequency and vibration of song, of music. And when I met Master Sha and became familiar with the Tao Calligraphy Healing Field and the Tao song, to me it was the most incredible, uplifting and inspiring way that I could think of that we could help people to transform themselves. So what is Tao? What's the Tao Calligraphy Field? What is Tao song? Well, Tao is the ultimate source and creator. It's source love and light, source frequency and vibration, source information, energy and matter. And we're here in the Tao Calligraphy Healing Field at the Master Sha Tao Center, surrounded by Master Sha's incredible field of calligraphies that he's created. Tao calligraphy is the carrier of the message that is within that calligraphy. And that message, because it comes from Tao, is a pure message, a positive message. And we can utilize this field to transform any negative messages that we may have. And, you know, how do we know what those negative messages might be? You just need to take a look at your life to know what the negative messages might be in your life. Do you have a happy relationship? Have you got a great career or a job that you love? Or are you serving in a way that really makes your heart sing? Do you have good finances? How is your health? And if you've got challenges in any of these areas at all, then you know that you have negative messages in your field. So Shen, Qi, and Jing are the components of the field, the Tao field as Master Sha describes it. Oops. And Tao is the source. And the Tao calligraphy. A little bit this way. That good? And the Tao calligraphy healing field carries the Tao love and light. Tao frequency and vibration. Tao information, energy, and matter. And since the Tao information, energy, and matter is pure, we want to bring that frequency and vibration, that love and light, that information, energy, and matter into our field so that we can transform whatever it is that's not working in our lives. The Shen, Qi, and Jing, and I think everybody probably has got this, has learned this so well by now, but it's worth repeating, especially if someone who is new comes across this. But Shen, Qi, and Jing are the three elements. It's a universal law. And Master Sha says everyone and everything is made of Shen, Qi, and Jing. Shen is made from, is soul, heart, and mind. Qi, of course, is energy. We know that one. And Jing is matter. And the soul, according to Tao science, is also what they call information. Our soul is the information warehouse. And we have good information and we have not so good information that we carry from life to life from whatever has been our circumstance in that life. And we carry that from life to life to life with us, both good information and not so good information. The heart is the receiver of that information, C-E-I-V-E-R. It goes from here to here. And then from the heart, it moves into the mind, which is the processor. And we have got this, generally as humanity, we've got it backwards. We have used the mind to be the overarching driver of our lives. But we're now in the soul light era. And in the soul light era, we will be everything, everyone and everything will be moving from here to here to here. I mean, it moves that way anyway. It's just that people are not aware of it. But everything starts at the soul level. We heal the soul first, and the mind and body will follow. When we have messages in the heart, which is the receiver, and Master Sha calls this the message center, because all the messages in the field that we are in, all the messages from everything we've said and done, in this and other lifetimes, if that's your belief, are held in the heart. It is the message center. And so, particularly these days, we have a lot of sort of clutter in our hearts. There's a lot going on in the world right now. People are worried, people are anxious, people are fearful. You know, it's financially it's been very difficult for many people. They've had changes in the way that their jobs are set up. People are working either from home now, or they've had a job which they cannot go to anymore. They've been laid off. So everything is shifting, and this is creating messages that are a lower frequency and vibration. These messages are cluttering up our heart. They're clouding our hearts. And the process of using the Tao calligraphies as tools and Tao song as a tool is the process of transforming those messages, of helping to remove those messages so that we can actually hear the true message. Because within each one of our hearts, we also carry our true self. And those are the messages that we want to be able to hear. Not the ones that are giving us the information which is causing us to be further upset, concerned about the way things are, and not make good decisions. So we need to bring the Tao field into the field of our heart, into the field of our environment, into the field of our mind, into the fields of our organs, to help us to transform. And this is why it's very important. You saw the opening banner was for a program that will be starting in January that I'm very honored to lead, called Soul Voice, Messages and Mantras for a Soul-Guided Life. And so it's really important that we clear the messages as much as we can, the negative messages out, to get in touch with our soul's desires, our soul's plan for our life. Otherwise, we're following the mind, and the mind is the processor. The mind is only meant to implement the information that is received. So it is not meant to be the boss. The soul is the boss. But we've had that backwards for hundreds and hundreds of years, and it's gotten us into a lot of difficulties. We make decisions based on, a lot of times, on the negative messages. So how do you have a soul-guided life? You have a soul-guided life when you're connecting to your soul and you're clearly hearing the messages that your soul is bringing in every day. Every day our soul is communicating with us, the soul world is communicating with us. But if our message center is all cluttered up with negative emotions and fears and other negative messages, then we won't be able to access the correct messages, the positive messages. And so this is like to do these kinds of practices, to clear the message center, to be able to hear the soul, is really our spiritual hygiene. You know, every morning we get up and we take a shower and we brush our teeth and prepare for the day. And that's our physical cleansing. But we also need to do our spiritual cleansing. And the spiritual cleansing is to bring in the Tao energy, the Tao frequency and vibration into our souls, hearts, minds, and bodies, so that we can clearly access the soul world, that we can clearly know what it is that we are supposed to do on any given day, to make a decision about major decisions and maybe not so major decisions. But the soul is guiding us every step of the way, and we often can't see why we've received a certain information. It doesn't make sense to the mind. The mind is calculating, the mind is analyzing, the mind is, pulling out all the charts and trying to figure it out. And sometimes it doesn't make sense to the mind, so we go into a place of, doubt or concern, and we follow the mind instead. And that can get us into difficulties. It takes practice, and it takes complete confidence in your ability to get calm, to go into the deep listening to the soul so that you can be guided by the soul. I think one of the best stories that I ever heard about following the guidance of the soul when it didn't make any sense at all is Master Peter's story. Peter Hudoba. He was the first leader director of this center in Vancouver. And he came to Canada from Czechoslovakia many years ago. And he was already following guidance. He was quite practiced in following his guidance. He'd been on his spiritual journey for many years. Actually, he started as a child, much like Master Sha. And in those days, he used the I Ching. And it was through the answers that the I Ching gave him, which is connecting with the soul world to receive guidance in a different kind of a way. And he was given the directions of exactly when to leave, what time to leave, what day to leave, to get through the Iron Curtain. And he followed that and he made it out. Eventually, he and his wife came to Canada. And when they got here, there were many other people from their community, the Czech community, that were arriving in Canada around the same time. And the Canadian government offered everyone that was arriving from the Czechoslovakian country of Czechoslovakia, refugee status. And that would mean that they get to immediately, that they are eligible for housing, that they can immediately become employed, they can get their children into schools and get their lives going. It's kind of a jump start to be given that status. And then you're receiving funding, you're receiving housing, you're receiving all the things that you need to establish a new life in a new country. And it was because they had come from behind the Iron Curtain. And so the Canadian government said, for these people, yes, you can have refugee status and begin your lives. So Peter, Dr. Peter, was always checking guidance. And the guidance said to him, no, don't accept the refugee status. Go the long way around. Fill out the forms, get your landed immigrancy, and then, wait for your citizenship and all that, which is a years-long process. And they had a small child, and they were both doctors, and they, wanted to establish themselves, but they trusted in the soul guidance, in the guidance from divine, Tao. And so Dr. Peter said, no, I'm not going to take the refugee status. And his friend says, are you nuts? It's going to take you years to get your paperwork in order, and it's going to put your career behind. And what about your family? And off they all went and got their housing and got their kids in school and got their jobs and got their lives going. Well, a few years later, the Iron Curtain came down. And guess what the government said? Everybody that had refugee status had to go back to Czechoslovakia because they were no longer refugees from an oppressive state. It was now a free and open country. And the only person that could stay and had established himself the long way was Dr. Peter. And that was because he listened. He listened and he trusted. So sometimes it doesn't make sense. Our minds always want to take over. Our minds want to have control. So it takes practice. It takes practice. And, you know, many of us, I think everyone has in their heart they feel what it is they would like to do, but they somehow feel blocked from that. And so we're going to use the Tao Calligraphy Healing Field and Tao Song tonight to help to clear those negative messages, the negative information that may be preventing you from, you know, manifesting down here. This is the manifestation level. Manifesting in your life what you want to manifest. It always starts up here. This is the origin of all the blockages. And the best way, really the only way that I know of, that I've heard of changing the message that has come through your many lifetimes, that is imprinted in your soul, is to go to the Tao. And Master Sha has given us Tao Calligraphy and Tao Song to do that. Now, Tao Calligraphy and Tao Song are different. Tao Calligraphy is the carrier of Tao information, Tao frequency and vibration, Tao love and light. It is the carrier. Tao Song is it is a way of amplifying that and assisting that to create a vibration, a frequency and vibration that will enhance the healing. But Tao Calligraphy really is the only carrier. The Tao frequency and vibration will come through the voice of someone who is a Tao singer. And I'm very blessed that I am a Tao singer, a Tao a Tao song master practitioner, or someone that's a Tao dance practitioner also. So we can turn on our treasure and we can enhance the way that the Tao frequency enters into you and helps you transform. And we can also receive messages from the Tao song to find out what it is the soul wants us to do, how to guide our lives, if we're not sure about how to do that. So I thought maybe what we could do, and I just want to see who we've got on the line here. We've got Lisa here. Welcome, Lisa. And a few other people have got. So if you can, could you log in and post in the chat box where you feel that your blockage might be about, what's blocking you from doing something that you know in your heart and soul you'd like to do, but somehow it's just not happening for you. And I would like to offer a Tao song, which we will then translate to give you some help with how that blockage might be approached to help you to remove that so that you can fulfill what it is you want to fulfill. And then I am also going to offer a very special blessing to help you further. So if you would like to be a demo for this blessing, we have to know what our negative messages are. So take a look at your life. Where do you have the blockages? Where are you being blocked from fulfilling your soul's purpose, from living a soul-guided life? And it could be a physical thing. It could be a mental block that you have. It could be an emotional situation that's stopping you. Whatever it is, write down what you think is blocking you, and we'll do a little bit of a message for you through a soul song. And then I will be honored to offer a blessing for that. So who would like to be our demo? Please put in the chat box if you would like to be a demo, and let me know what you feel it is that's blocking you. And then we'll do a little bit of a reading for you. And then we'll do the blessing. So quite often the blockages will show up in kind of, subtle ways that we don't even realize is a blockage. So it could be something that, you think, well, that's just the way it is in my life. That's the way it's always been for our family or whatever. And that could be something that's just an ingrained, negative belief that you have that you don't even really think about because it's just so much a part of your character. It might be that you feel that you don't have the, maybe you don't have the education, or you don't have the intelligence. You don't have the experience. Or maybe you feel that you've got some kind of a physical condition that prevents you from doing that. Or emotional. Maybe you feel you're a little, you're a little shy. You feel uncomfortable. You get a little uptight, and that's stopping you. So let us know. And I would love to see what heaven has to say for you. Okay, so Lisa says she has blockages in her finances despite working all the time and working hard. I can't remove the extra debts. Every time, almost paid it off, something else happens, and I have to keep carrying it. Okay. All right, so let's just see if there's anybody else here that would like to post anything. And if not, then Lisa, we've got a little bit of a delay here. Yeah, okay. All right, so I see that now Melissa is writing, I have blockages serving because issues taken on by getting involved in fixing others' life circumstances. My husband and I suffered great financial loss, including our home, because I got involved. Yeah. Okay, and I see Rob is coming here. Can't see what he has to say yet, but all right, so let me just check and see who heaven would like to offer the blessing to and the flow. I from New Jersey. And Anna, hi Anna. Luck of time, I can't get to it. Or a lack of time. I'd like to transform. Okay. Yeah, that is one that a lot of people, I think, suffer from, is this feeling that we don't have enough time. But there are lots of reasons for that. So let me just check here. Okay, Lisa. So Lisa, I'm going to do a Tao song, and it's just going to be a free form one. And then we'll do a translation of that and see what heaven has to say for you about your blockages around not quite ever being able to get there with your finances. So just you can, if you're at home and you're also able to translate, you can also add to whatever messages that you receive as well from this. So I'm just going to connect. Heya, heya, yo. Heya, heya, yo. Yana, ye, o, heya, na, ya, yo. Heya, 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 yo. Yo ya no yana he anna ye o. Yo ya yo ya yo ya yo. How? Let's connect and see what the translation is. How? This is the Tao Calligraphy Healing Field. Our most beloved daughter, Lisa. Your financial hesitations and challenges are long-standing, both in this life and in other lifetimes. Part of this comes from a lack of self-confidence, of watching other women in your life, in this life, and in other lifetimes, who never fully loved themselves enough to see that they could have more of the material things that they needed to live a comfortable and healthy life. Deep in your information warehouse is a gnawing message that somehow you always come up short, that you are not deserving of the freedom and deserving of the benefits of being debt-free. How to transform? Practice greatest self-love. It all starts with love of self. Practice self-love through chanting Da-I, tracing Da-I, and you will see that you will cross that line of freedom. You are loved and you are blessed. How? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, I saw several images in my third eye also, Lisa, of times where, even where you have turned down the opportunity to be financially free because somehow there was a message there that said that is not for you. that there have been opportunities for you to become permanently debt-free, but that this message that is there, and I can almost feel it in my own heart. It's like a thorn, like a rose thorn, that every time you get close, it pricks you with this message. No, that's not for me. So please let me know. Share what it is that you experienced or how that was for you. And I'd be interested to hear if this is something that has been an ongoing message for you. So we have to, while we're waiting for Lisa, what we need to do is we need to continuously be clearing these messages in our hearts. The messages in our hearts are sometimes very, very long-standing and very deep, and takes considerable practice in the Tao field. So we need to do the practice daily. And once we hear from Lisa, I'm going to offer her a blessing. Okay, still not coming on yet. So Lisa, once you've posted, then I would be honored to offer you a blessing. And this blessing is from a treasure that I received recently. And it is for helping us to have a peaceful, an unbothered heart, a heart that is not bothered. And really what that means is that it's a heart that does not have these negative messages, that is not bothered, doesn't take these negative messages and bring them through this pathway down into manifestation. Because you can manifest the negative or the positive. So when we are practicing daily to remove the negative messages, then we will see the manifestation down here. And this is what this particular mantra, this blessing, is for. And here's Lisa now. Thank you so much for the beautiful flows. I have felt that this was something that I have done in previous life and didn't think related to self-love. Wow, eye-opening. Yeah. So definitely I did see many different images going past of just learned behavior from generations of mothers and grandmothers and so on. That message came with you. It was something that was learned, and then it is something that you also began to practice in your life because that became your belief. So that's the belief that you can work on. And so I'll offer you a blessing now, and I'm going to ask also if after the blessing, if Cynthia would be kind enough, if she's on the Zoom, that she could do a flow also from Divine for the blessing. And Mark, if you're watching with your third eye as well, that would be great. So the mantra I'm going to chant for this blessing is a part of the treasure I'm going to turn on, but I'm going to be chanting this. Xin Wu Gua Ai. The heart is not bothered. Okay, and this is a treasure. It's also a mantra and a message. So Lisa, please prepare. Just fully relax and receive. And visualize the golden light coming into your message center. and letting go of those messages that are no longer serving you. Shin Wu Guai, 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 Shin Wu Guai. And silently, how, thank you, thank you, thank you. So this is a very, very powerful blessing to receive. It's deeply purifying, and it's a powerful, powerful message. The heart is not bothered. And really, what does that mean? It means that there is nothing that can disturb you. No thoughts, no emotions, no difficulty or challenge in life. That the heart is not bothered. And this is the way that the condition that we want to be in, so that we can really receive the messages for a soul-guided life. So Lisa, I'd love to hear from you. And Mark, while we're waiting for Lisa, can you share a little bit of third eye images?
Yeah, this was really beautiful to watch. When the treasure was activated, there was lots of color and light, a lot of frequency. And then, of course, that treasure went out to Lisa's heart and started to surround her heart. And I got these messages, it was like knots, like untying these thousands of knots that were around her heart that have been placed over, some of these are quite ancient in their beginnings. And then that light started to move further into her heart, to open and expand. So that was allowing this pure message of, the light, this love of the self, and the purity of her true inner self to radiate out. And it started to kind of create these it's like watching a light come from inside moving out. So it started to push all these so-called walls and things we've tied up around, and it started to knock all this stuff down, and it just started to kind of more blossom. So she's at the beginning now of starting to recognize deeper in her own self, her true worth, her true self, her true spirit. And when she kind of meditates and connects with that, I feel that she will have a much more deeper alignment, so that these ill messages, or these messages that are not good enough, and all these other thoughts that have been reinforced over time will start to fade. So she's at the beginning, the door's open. So now a little more practice, a little more time.
Yeah, and I think that the majority of them, from what I saw, and it sounds like you saw the same thing, is they are ancestral. Half of our blockages, as Master Sha teaches us, come from the ancestors. So very important to just understand that, we're carrying this, and when we clear this, we're also helping our entire ancestral lineage at the same time. So Cynthia, would you like to do a short flow about the significance of what this was for Lisa this evening?
Oh, I think it's quite amazing. Heaven was preparing Lisa to receive this blessing tonight. A couple of hours ago, she received a message that may have done something. And Lisa, you can share with us if you would like, and maybe you can even come on to the Zoom and share.
That would be great if you could get Lisa on the Zoom. I'd love to hear about that.
Yeah, Lisa. So if you could just join us on the Zoom, it's the same link as last week. Yeah, and Nori could send that to you if you would like. I think it also you have that link. So a couple of hours ago, Lisa received a message, and it may have been something that disturbed her heart. So heaven was preparing her to receive this blessing tonight. So I'm going to offer a flow now.
Thank you.
How? This is the source, our beloved Lisa. You are greatly loved in heaven and on Mother Earth. And on this day, you have received the perfect blessing to help you move into the new year. Releasing negative information from your heart to help open your heart, the receiver, to receive all that we have to give you and what we have to give through you. Your heart has been prepared for quite some time, beloved one, to step up in your service in a new way, loving yourself and receiving that love through the open heart. Yes, the door has been opened on this evening. Continue to connect with this blessing and the message, Shin Wu Gua Ai. Heart is not bothered. And in a way that is playful and joyful. This is what will come into your life now, beloved one. As you move through your day, doing this and that will become more joyful. You are greatly loved. You are supported. And we are there for you. How? Thank you. Congratulations, Lisa.
Thank you so much, Cynthia. How beautiful. And Lisa is also saying here that, wow, my heart went into deep peace as soon as Master Sarah started the blessing. This is a huge blessing, not just for my finance, but for my soul journey itself. I cannot thank you enough to receive it. That's very true. This is an extremely powerful treasure. And actually, although I was chanting just one line of it that is specific to what your issue was today, it also has 4 other very powerful lines in it. And this blessing is a part of a purification blessing, treasure that I received. Mubu Wang Shi, Arbu Wang Ting, Kobu, sorry, it's Arbu with an E, Kobu Wang Yan, Naobu Wang Shan, and then Xingu Wuguai. Mubu, you may, some of you I'm sure know these 4 lines very, very well. You know, speak no evil, hear no evil, think no evil, right? Mubu Wang Shi, Arbu Wang Ting, Kobu Wang Yan, Naobu. So no thinking, no negative thinking, no negative words, no negative, nothing, not listening to any negative messages, not speaking any negative words. And then the heart is pure. So we need to keep all of our thinking, our speaking, our hearing, our listening, everything has to be pure all the time. We have to create a field where any of the negative messages that are coming into the field do not affect us. So that was actually a part of that. And that blessing for any one of these lines or for the 4 is available. If you would like to receive that, you can connect with us and let us know. And I'd be happy to offer that as a service to you. So you can connect with us at Tao Center at drshaw.com or calling us. And this is the number, 379-9920. Or Tao Center, Vancouver, at drshaw.com. If you're interested in that, then we can let you know what the honor fee is and offer it to you. But you can see from what Lisa said how powerful receiving that is. Immediately her heart went into a peaceful state. When we're peaceful, then we're grounded, then we can hear the messages. We can hear the messages in our hearts. Then we can hear the soul world clearly. We're not listening to the chatter and the clutter of the negative information. Then we hear the positive information. Then we can ask, what is the way for me to go? And we can go with confidence that we're living a soul-guided life, just as Master Peter did. Despite what everyone else thought he should be doing, what the minds thought was very logical. You know, he himself had questions, he said, but he had to have faith that what the soul world was guiding him to do was the right thing, and it was. And after that, of course, we know the story of Master Peter's career. He went on to be the top neurosurgeon in Canada and a professor of neurosurgery, a great researcher, an inventor, an author, and many things. at the top of his career, which would not have happened had he followed what seemed to make sense from an analytical, logical perspective. He would have had to go back to Czechoslovakia. I don't know what happened to those people who went back. They had to start their lives again. But, so this is what we need. We need to have a pure heart in order to do that. So I'd like for us to do some purifying of the heart now. And we're going to trace Ling Guang, but we're going to listen to the Da-I music, because Da-I, of course, is greatest love. But what is Da? Da is Tao. Da is Tao. So when we're chanting Da-I, we are chanting Tao love. Tao love. We're bringing the Tao love in. So we will trace the Ling Guang, soul light, and chant Da-I. You can focus on whatever issue it is that you feel is blocking you from living that soul-guided life, from hearing your soul voice. And this is something that is just so, for me, is so touching and so moving. To be with people in that very, very sacred space that is opened up when a heart is at peace and we hear the soul and the soul world speaking. Just like Lisa said, her heart's so peaceful. Then it's quiet. Then we can really hear, we can listen, and we can hear the true voice. So let us now put the Da-I on, and we will chant and trace soul light. Bring that light into your heart. Remove the messages which are preventing you from living that soul-guided life. Dear the Tao Calligraphy Ling Guang, we love you, honor you. We cannot thank you enough. Please help us to bring the Tao light and the message of purest Tao love into our message centers through the Tao calligraphy as the carrier and through our voices as the frequency and vibration of that information. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you're in a place that you can sing out loud, sing out loud. Raise the frequency and vibration as high as you can. Really connect to the beautiful Ling Guang soul light. Connect to the soul light within you coming from the Tao field.
Dai dai 无条件爱 心情神明，代代无条件爱，融化灾难，心情神明。代代无条件爱，融化灾难，心情神明。Great is love, unconditional love, melts all blockages, purifies your heart and soul. Great is love, unconditional love, melts all blockages, purifies your heart and soul. Great is love, unconditional love, melts all blockages, purifies your heart and soul. Hey, hoy ya 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 yo ya, hey ya ya yo ya, hey ya 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 hoy, hey ya ya yo, hey ya ya yo. Hey ya yo, ya yo ya ya yo ya hey ya yo hey ya yo ya hey yo ya hey ya yo. Yo hey ya yo hey ya yo ya hey ya yo. Yo ya ya yo ya hey yo ya ya yo ya yo ya yo ya hey hey yo ya hey ya yo hey yo ya ho
Continue visualizing the golden light coming through the calligraphy. The calligraphy is the carrier of Tao, carrying the message of light, soul light, into your heart, into your message center. Connect. Just let yourself meld into the calligraphy.
Unconditional love melts all blockages, purifies your heart and soul. Great is love, unconditional love melts all blockages, purifies your heart and soul. Great is love, unconditional love melts all blockages, purifies your heart and soul. hey ya 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 hoy, hey ya ya yo, hey ya ya yo, hey ya yo.
How, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you to the Lingguang calligraphy, thank you to the Da-I Dao song. And just check in and see how you're feeling in your heart now. You feeling more peaceful, feeling cleaner, more spacious? And while we're feeling this, while we're still in this field of Dao song and Dao calligraphy, I want you all to do a little practice with me in your own homes. I want you to just do a free Dao song right now, just a short Dao song, or your soul song if you're not a Dao song singer, your own soul song. And then write down the message from that soul song. And see what your soul has to say for you to you tonight. So we all know how to begin our soul song, soul language that goes into soul song. We start with the same chant, the same mantra as the Chi channel. Hey hang hong ar shi I wang yo, 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 hey yan na ye hang na yo ye yo ya yo ye yo ya ro yo ya yam ye yam. Ya 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 he ya ye ho ya hang na ye ya ro. Ye ya ye ho ye ho ye ho ya. Hey ya hey ya hey ya hey ya yo. Yo ya hey ya yo ya. Hey ya hey ya yo. Hey ya hey ya yo ya yo ya yo. Ay ya hey ya yo. And how? Now connect, listen, and write down the message from your heart. And you can share it in the chat if you want to, or you just keep it to yourself. But that's something that you can do every day. You can chant your soul language, your soul song, ask for the message, write down the message, and follow the message. So this is part of what we're going to be doing in this new program that's going to be starting in January. It's going to be twice weekly, Wednesdays and Fridays from 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock in the morning till 12 noon, when we're going to practice connecting to our souls to find out the pathway that our soul wants us to go two different ways. One, through our actual physical voice, to help us to clear the messages that we don't want in our message center. And then we will be listening with our heart's ears to see what the soul wants us to do, because the heart houses the soul. And we want to connect to that in a pure way as we can. So we'll be practicing that during these sessions, connecting to our souls, connecting to the soul world, connecting to the frequency and vibration of our own soul's voice. When we do our soul song, that is the song of our soul. And did you know that your own soul song is your own highest healing mantra? So we're going to do lots of practicing to raise the frequency and vibration, and you don't have to be a singer. This is about your soul's voice, your soul's message, and other mantras that Master Sha has given us to open our hearts to live that soul-guided life. So I hope you'll join me for that. And we're also, of course, all going to be there for Master Sha's New Year's blessing. And he's doing a New Year's Day blessing as well this year. If you saw that, please go to drsha.com to the events page and make sure that you sign up for both of those. The New Year's Eve blessing on the 31st, of course, is always complimentary. You can invite your friends and family, but they need to be on the call to receive the blessings. And Master Sha is going to give several blessings like he always does. He's so generous. And then the next day is the first soul light massage of the new year, and there'll be, I'm sure, lots of blessings for a fresh start, a new start in the new year. So if you would like to register for any of those, I think they're putting it in the chat there for you. Also, you can register for the Soul Voice Messages and Mantras program at the link that's being provided there. And I thought if you didn't get here at the beginning, we played a beautiful Tao song and Tao music compilation that's been put together by Steve Reese, who is a Tao musician, and Cher O'Rourke, who is one of the head of the Tao Academy Tao Song program, and also a Tao song singer with very, very high frequency and vibration transmissions for transformation through her voice. So we're going to leave this evening with that powerful song, and it's very uplifting, and you can just free form your own soul song while you're listening to it. You might feel like dancing. That's all soul guided to help you open your heart and live a life that is guided by your soul, that is guided by the Tao. So I wish you all a great evening. Enjoy this beautiful song as we say goodbye, and we'll see you in the new year next week.